This is our VEX Code VR Skill Challenge for Full Volume 2023-2024. I am the main programmer, so I'll be introducing this slideshow to you. This is our score we got during our test runs. This is our virtual skills route plan. To get Step 1, get the first green blocks and score them into the second goal. Step 2, get the two purple blocks close to the left middle side and dump them in the first goal zone. We also knocked down 2 red cubes while doing this. Step 3, get the 3 purple blocks from the right middle side and the right bottom right flower and score them into the third goal zone. We also knocked down the last red cube while doing this. Our last step is to go in the supply zone in full park. This is the first of 3 parts of our code. This top description is for dis. Dis is a variable we use to define the robot distance the robot moves forward. In the repeat loop, the value dis increases by 150 to get the green block at 3 different spots. The repeat loop is for grabbing the first 3 green cubes and to put them in the goal zone. The robot behavior for each loop is the same, except that the robot moves a different dis amount as explained before. Robot configuration already set up the intake cube motor and motors for the arm. Here is a setting for the velocity. This is bar is for finding the cube. This is for making the robot move the amount of dis set in the variable. This part is for putting the cube in the goal zone, and lastly, at the end of each loop, the dis is changed by 150 for the next time the robot moves forward. This is the second of 3 parts of our code. This part is for grabbing and dumping the first purple block into the first goal zone. And this very important part is for setting the arm position back to 0 in order to grab the second purple block, and this is for dumping and grabbing the second purple block into the first goal zone. This orange code is used for helping with timing. This is the last part of our code. This part is for setting the arm position over the goal and dumping the purple block into the third goal zone. This entire chunk of code is for dumping the last 3 purple blocks into the third goal zone. And lastly, this is to make the robot move and park in the supply zone. This is the summary of our code. Number 1. Repeat loop was used if there was a repeat job or task the robot needs to do to make the program neat. 2. Variable of dis used to change the distance of robot movement in a loop. 3. Inertial sensor along driving base to make sure the heading of the robot was accurate. 4. Sensing of motor function was used to reset the 0 position of the robot arm. 5. With virtual skill challenges, the robot route was becoming clear to us, and we copied the way we used inertial sensor in virtual skill for our autonomous driving during the tournament 2. In our first version, we used the color sensor to detect what color the robot picked up and try to get uniform lines. But due to the sensor's inaccuracy, we decided not to use it. Thank you for listening to this presentation.